How long is the perfect workout? Should you work out 2 hours, 3 hours? How long should you rest between sets? How long should you rest between days? We're talking all that today, so strap in, get ready for episode 203. Let's go.
The future of fitness.
How do you gain muscle mass?
Fitness is not complicated. It's simple when you break it down.
There's so much information out there.
No fads, no diets, just plain simple habits.
You're listening to the Bones to Bulk podcast.
Hey, welcome to today's episode. My name is Brian Parody, and I will be your host today. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the show. So glad to have you here. For my return listeners, thank you for coming back. It means the world to me. It truly does, because without you, this podcast would not be possible. If you have not joined our text community, please text the word podcast to 706-222-7551. You'll get a couple confirmation texts, and from there on out, everything you receive is directly from me. I send out a couple weekly texts, as well as give you the opportunity to text me at that number. So if you have a question you want answered, if you have a question for the show you'd like me to answer on the podcast, feel free to shoot it over, and I would be happy to answer it. All right, with that being said, let's dive into today's show. So maybe you've run into the whole, I don't have time to work out, because you think that in order to really make any progress, make any development, you have to work out a ton, right? Well, not necessarily. We think that our workouts have to be 2 or 3 or 4 hours, or we have to work out twice a day, or we have to live in the gym, and that simply is not true. And let me explain a little bit. So, when we work out, the point is to break down our muscles, and then we give them time to repair, which is how muscle growth works, right? We break down the muscle builds itself back up, and kind of on and on. So we have to be doing enough to break down the muscle. That's kind of the key thing we are aiming for when we are in the gym. And the good news is you don't have to be in there 2 hours in order to make that happen. In fact, you can make that happen in an hour. You can make that happen in 45 minutes. Shoot, if you only have 30 minutes a day, you probably can make it work. Now, ideally, the ideal time frame, I think, for the gym is 45 minutes to an hour, in that range. That's me personally. That doesn't mean you can't make gains in less than that. Is it ideal? Probably not, but growth is growth, right? So maybe your growth will happen a little slower if you only have 30 minutes a day, but the point is you still can make progress even with a very limited amount of time. The key is you have to be very intentional with your time, as with anything in life. I don't know about you, but I get told all the time that I'm like, why am I in a rush? Why am I hurrying? And I'm always like, I'm not rushing. I'm not hurrying. I do things very quickly. I move around quick. If I'm cleaning the kitchen, I'm doing it quickly. If I'm running in a store and grabbing something, I'm like on a mission. I go, I get it, I'm out. My wife always is on to me like, why are you rushing around? I'm like, I'm not. I'm just being me. And it's just a part of kind of how I am. And I think we need to take that approach with the gym. Not that we should rush, because you know how I feel about making sure your form is on point, making sure your reps are on point. So you need to be honing in on that. You need to be slowing down on your individual reps. However, when you're not actually repping things out, what's your intention? Are you on your phone? Are you, scrolling Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or whatever? Are you going around talking to people? Are you people staring? Or are you what are you doing in between your sets? Because you need to stay focused. And I'm not going to lie, I've been guilty of this. I have been in the gym before, and I've gotten lost in my phone and looked up and been like, oh crap, what am I doing? So I'm guilty of this at times, but we've got to be conscious of it. We've got to be conscious of the time we're spending in between our sets, in between our different exercises, because what happens is, we do set 1 and then we pick up our phone and a couple minutes goes by, and we pick up set 2 and then we do, however many reps, and then we pick up our phone again and a couple more minutes. Well, what ends up happening is we spent 10 minutes on one exercise. And of course, you're not going to get your workout done in 45 minutes if that's what you're doing. I mean, you're going to get 5 exercises, maybe 6. And so you've got to be intentional with your time when you're in the gym. Set a timer on your phone if you need to, use a watch. I don't care what you do, the stopwatch, so that you're timing yourself. So as soon as you finish a rep, you hit that timer, or you look at your watch and you give yourself 45 seconds to a minute max. A minute maximum of rest time in between your sets. That way, you're getting 2 exercises done in 10 minutes. And let me tell you, 2 exercises in 10 minutes is pretty dang good. If you're in there for an hour, that's 12 exercises. 12! Now, I usually don't even do 12 exercises in a day. Usually it's around 8 or 9 exercises per day. So that gives you a little bit of extra time to get to different workout machines, to get to different equipment, to set up it, because I understand that stuff takes some time. But my point is, being intentional with your time makes a world of difference. So that's my suggestion for what to do in between sets as far as setting a timer. Give yourself a minute maximum in between those sets. Now, how often should you work out? That's another one that can be confusing because we hear, don't work out too much, and then it's, you need to work out muscle groups twice a week, and then it's, you need to do this and you need to do that. And it's such conflicting information out there, so I understand the confusion. But what you want to really focus on is, again, how much are you straining the muscles? So let's say you're working out 3 days a week. Let's say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just for argument's sake. And you could be doing full body workouts on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You could be doing different muscle groups and breaking it up. So maybe on Monday, you're doing chest and triceps. On Wednesday, you're doing back and biceps. On Friday, you're doing legs and shoulders. And then you repeat it the next week. Guess what? You can still make gains doing that. Is that ideal? Probably not. However, you can still make progress. And I think that's the thing that we get so consumed with. We want to find the perfect routine, the perfect workout. Guess what? It's all beneficial. All of it is going to build our muscles. All of it is going to get us towards our goal. Will some of it get us towards our goal maybe a little bit more quickly? Sure, absolutely. It's like if you're trying to get to the store and it's 10 minutes away, those math problems where it's like if the train leaves the station at 6 p.m., I always hated those questions because I always got them wrong because I suck at math. But when it comes down to it, even if I'm walking or riding a bike or driving to my destination, guess what? Eventually I'm going to get to my destination regardless of what I'm doing. Am I going to get there quicker biking than walking? Yes. Am I going to get there quicker driving than biking? Yes. But the point is, I'm still making forward progress. And while ideally in an ideal world, sure, it'd be cool to take the car, but maybe, the car's broken down and I've got to take my bike. Well, that's okay. Take the bike. Do what you can where you're at to get to your destination. There's nothing wrong with that. So I want you to just accept that first off. It doesn't have to look perfect. Now, let's say you can work out more than 3 days a week. If you can work out 4 days a week, here's what I suggest. I suggest doing one muscle group a day with a rest day in between and the weekend off. So let's say you're working out 4 days a week. Let's say you're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Monday, chest. Tuesday, arm day, bicep and tricep. Wednesday, rest. Thursday, back and shoulders. Friday, leg day. Break it up that way. That would be my suggestion if you have 4 days a week to work out. If you have 5 days a week to work out, then you can get a lot more creative with how you do your workouts. For 5 days, here's what I would do. On Monday, I would do chest and triceps. On Tuesday, back and biceps. On Wednesday, I would do shoulders. On Thursday, I would do legs. And then on Friday, I would do a circuit day where I pick 2 different exercises from each of the previous days. So from each muscle group. So 2 leg exercises, 2 shoulder exercises, 2 back exercises, 2 tricep, etc. Or maybe, on arms, you could do 1 bicep, 1 tricep and run through a circuit. At least you're hitting those muscles a little bit more than just once a week. Now, is the 6-day-a-week workout ideal? I think so. I can honestly say when I switched from doing muscle groups once a week to muscle groups twice a week, I noticed a difference. I did. However, 6 days a week is a lot. It is a lot for me. There are still some weeks where I don't get in that 6th workout. And so that one muscle group, because usually my split is chest and triceps, back and biceps, legs and shoulders. So usually if I miss a 6th day, it's that leg and shoulders day, which I hate because both of those are so important. So I'm admitting that, yes, 6 days a week is not easy. It's not. So to expect that you can just go in and nail 6 days a week every week is, maybe you can, maybe it's not hard for you. But if you have a lot going on, if you have family and like I have kids and the weekends, it's really hard to get in the gym. So I understand the difficulty with adding that 6th day in. So I just want to encourage you, if you're like, oh, I got to do 6 days. No, you don't. You can make so much progress just by doing 3 days a week or 4 days a week or 5 days a week. So don't get stuck in this box. Don't get stuck in this mentality that my workouts have to look a certain way. They have to be a certain length. They have to be a certain amount of exercises, because they don't. Stop worrying about the freaking details. Get in the gym, knock some stuff out, lift some heavy shit, get it done. That's all that matters. And if that's only 3 days a week for the next year, so what? That's 3 more days a week than you would have been doing a year ago. And I guarantee you're going to see progress. So I hope this helps. I hope it dismisses the illusion that you have to work out, X amount of times. You don't. All right, so if you are on any social media platform, please hit me up, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Bones to Bulk. I would love to connect with you on any one of those platforms. I do a lot of videos, a lot of different exercises, a lot of sometimes just fun, silly stuff. So check me out on any of those platforms that you are on. I would greatly appreciate it. Remember, above all else, regardless of what walls you're facing, what hurdles you feel like you have to jump over, you can get over them. You can accomplish your goals. You've got this.